Welcome to the G.A.B. This is G.A.B.
They should have never gave you platform.
All right, man. Y'all know what segment we about to get into. We about to get into the SAF segment. And today I got to talk about this movie right here. You feel me? They cloned Tyrone. Tyrone, y'all. They cloned Tyrone. And I thought this movie was really good. It did have a couple of holes in it. And I mean holes, H-O-L-E-S, not holes. They had holes in it too. And you feel me? One of the main characters was a hole. Damn. Called her a pro though. We're gonna be respectable and call her a pro. Alright. But anyway, this cast star-studded, you feel me? And one of the people, thank goodness, Jamie Foxx got out that health scare, you feel me? I'm glad he doing better. Hey, damn. Jamie Foxx is like Denzel Washington. Damn near every movie or show he been in has been good. At best, it's been like mid. It's never bad. Okay? Jamie Foxx is one of those actors, bro. Let's give a goddamn hand claps for goddamn Jamie Foxx, you feel me? Let's get hand claps for Jamie Foxx, you feel me? And Jamie Foxx played Slick Charles. He was a pimp. Then they had another outstanding actor, John Boyega. He played Fontaine. And at the very end, spoiler alert! At the very end, you see that he was also Tyrone. And yeah, but I'm going to get into that. Another outstanding actor, Tanyana Paris. She played Yo-Yo. You feel me? The pro that I was talking about. And they even had David Allen Greer in here. And he played the damn priest. He was like, hallelujah, back that ass up, yeah, oh, and I ain't gonna lie, I was like, God damn it, this is how the church be, but damn, that church seemed kind of fun to go to. Anyway, let me give you the stats. I already gave you the cast, you feel me? There was other people that played in this that killed their role. The acting was incredible. The storyline was incredible, conspiracy thing and shit like that. That was incredible. Couple holes in the story that I was like, okay, what's going on here? But everything else, I mean, and the thing that I liked the most, it gave like a 70s exploitation film kind of vibe. And I always kind of like those films because I know they used to do stereotypes of black people, but at the end of the day, they would show black empowerment and actually black people coming together to whoop white supremacy's ass. Which they did in this film. Okay? Alright? But anyway, let me hit you with the stats, you feel me? So IMDb gave this a 6.7. You know what? Y'all. Alright? Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 91%, and the people gave it a 95%. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I gave it a high 90. I gave this like a 96%. Alright? I really like this movie. I was enjoying this. You feel me? The score was really good too. And I know some of y'all was like, score? What the hell you talking about? We ain't talking about sports, baby. Motherfucker, would you dumb asses start learning some things or two? The score is the musical underlayer when it comes to a movie or a show. The score was incredible. Okay? Alright. Now, this was a mystery fantasy, all right? And let me give you the plot of the movie. So basically the plot of the movie, Fontaine, he was a dusty-ass drug dealer, you feel me? He was basically, with his crew or whatever, and he was basically collecting from other people, and when his crew members came in, gave him a box of pizza with had the money in it, and, Fontaine was like, hold on, bruh. This is a little short. And bro was like, hey, man, Slick, he ain't paid his due. So then, what happened was that, before he went to Slick, Fontaine seen one of his enemies, and they were slanging on his block. So he ran him over with the car, and then bruh went back to his boss, basically, which is played by G.A.B. Alphonse. Is that Alfonso? Alphonse Nicholson? Yo, I'm butchering bro name. My bad, man. Alphonse Nicholson played Isaac. I butchered bro name. I apologize for that. We played Isaac, and them two were funking. Fontaine and Isaac are funking. You feel me? Because they both dealers. They fighting over territory. You know what I mean? So, essentially, went back to bro, and then Fontaine went to Slick, went to his spot, and Slick had, his holes around, and Yo-Yo was one of Slick holes and stuff. And they were beefing and stuff too, you feel me? They were getting all, into it and fighting and, you know what I mean? So then, as Fontaine was walking up, Yo-Yo walked past him like, Slick in this building right here. So he went in, and basically, Fontaine ransacked the spot. And Slick was like, come on, baby. You know what I mean? You don't need to do this, man. Why we gotta have all this black on black crime? You feel me? And then he was like, Slick was trying to be tough. Fontaine, pulled his card, basically. You know what I mean? Pulled his whole card. And then found money in the heater. And then Fontaine went back to his whip. And Isaac and his boy lit his ass up. And then Fontaine, boom, wakes up the next day. And then Fontaine has no recollection of what's going on. And he's like, yo, I'll get my dough. And went right back to Slick. And Slick is like, hold on, bruh. What the hell going on? I done seen them pop your ass. You should be dead. You should be gone. And it was like, Fontaine was like, what you talking about, bruh? And then he was like, yo, bruh, I'm telling you the truth, bruh. I'm not shitting you, bruh. And so then what happened is that he was like, all right, ask my whole Yo-Yo. And then Yo-Yo was like, yeah, I saw you walk by. I heard some gunshots. And then I saw this truck drive off. I thought it was them. And it was like, nah, it wasn't them that did the shooting. Isaac and them did it. You feel me? And one of the holes in the story was, it was like, where did the car go? Because Fontaine started driving a whole different car. And the other car got shot up and destroyed. So it was kind of like, that was a mystery. But whatever. But they went to this house. And Burr was like, and Fontaine was like, yo, I remember this SUV. Because earlier in the scene, SUV drove by, picked up this black dude that was shot up, and took off. You feel me? And so, another thing it showed too, it had like this, in the very beginning, it had this white man smiling, was like, keep smiling. And then it had this chicken commercial. And it also had this hair product commercial. So, and then they start going into the house. They find out there's like, it's a trap house, but it has a break room. Like, what the hell's going on? Then they find this elevator. They went down, and then they find this white dude with an afro. Not gonna lie. Bruh didn't have the black features, but he kind of looked like me. Boy, that's the light skin, bro. I'm like, oh, bruh. Oh, Lord. And so then they start figuring out like, yo, some crazy stuff is going on, bro, and stuff like that. So they end up popping the dude, and then they ran out, and then they start getting on they detective, Inspector Gadget. Susie B. Is it Susie B. Anthony? I don't know. Yo-Yo has these books where this white detective be like trying to detect stuff or whatever. So then they get into their detective mode, and then essentially they start finding out, like they go down again to this laboratory, and they find this white powder, and Slick and Yo-Yo sniff it, and then they start getting all aloof and goofy, and they ain't really remembering and just not caring about nothing. And Fontaine hems up the one dude and start getting answers. It's like, yo, like, I just work here, but this basically a laboratory, and we doing experiments and shit. So then they start trying to crack the case, and then what happened is like they went into the chicken joint, and in the chicken joint, right, they start eating the chicken. Fontaine, Yo-Yo, and Slick, they start all laughing. Everybody around them all laughing and stuff. And then Slick was like, hold on, I done had this feeling before. And slapped the chicken out the hand. Was like, hold on, bro, they putting it in the chicken. They putting it in the products, bro, in the chicken. And so then they was like, oh, hell no. And then they found the elevator in the chicken joint. And then from there, they start getting more answers. They start seeing more things. They start seeing like they actually are experimenting on black people. And how they're experimenting on them is through the music. They had one part where the music was like, F it, I wanna kill a mother effer, da da da. And they got the black dudes fighting. And then they switched up the lyrics and it was like, I want a hug from my brother. Hug from my brother. And he was like, I want to hug my brother. And I was like, damn!
Message!
And then they had another point where the black women, and they were putting products in their hair and stuff. And when they put the products in their hair, they start like, one chick was talking about their problems and start actually talking about solutions to the problem. And then they put the product in their hair. She's like, I done forgot everything I was talking about. Message. Then they also had another thing. And this kind of creeped me out. Oh, they had a part where they had the grape drink. And they were showing the people drinking the grape drink and how it was like, you feel me, it's a part of the church because they had the grape drink with the church and stuff, you know, the blood of Christ stuff. And at that moment, I was drinking grape drink.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, am I brainwashed? Oh, are they experimenting on me? Damn. Nah, for real though, I had grape drink and I was sipping it while I was I was pushed the grape drink aside a little bit. I was like, nah, I don't know. Damn. All right, anyway, then they start seeing that people were getting cloned. But the only people that I was seeing getting cloned was like the dealer. Fontaine saw himself being cloned. They was in the tube. Then Slick saw himself being cloned. Yo didn't see it. They didn't show her being cloned, but they were cloning the women too. Because at the end, when all the clones got out, you saw women too, or whatever. They were all naked and shit. And so they were cloning like, you know, the basically kind of the so-called degenerate class of our black people and stuff. And they start figuring that out, and it was like, God damn. Really doing this to us and shit. So they went back, Fontaine telling his crew, and then Slick was telling them like he had a plan where basically, Fontaine, you gotta get shot, act like you dead. And basically he went to Isaac and told the plan. And also in the movie was the face of the organization of them doing all these experiments was a white dude, right? And why I say he was the face is because a plot twist that had me like, oh damn, Fontaine character actually, you know, his older self is a scientist, and he's the one actually conducting all these experiments and stuff like that. And the reason why he conducting these experiments, one of the reasons why is it felt like he wants to bring his brother back. So he wanted to bring his brother back, but the way they put it in Fontaine and Tyrone memories and stuff like that was they made it where it was Fontaine like son. But in reality, you know, the actual real person, the person that's not the clone, the scientist, he is like, this is my brother, and he got killed in this neighborhood, so it's making me upset. So now also it's kind of like play into the eugenics program thing where they're trying to, you know, white people up. They were doing that too. Another message. You feel me? That's what bro was doing. That was like the motivation. But what I didn't understand was because at the very end you figure out that Fontaine is not even Tyrone. Tyrone is some other dude. It's John Boyega's playing him. But bruh's in LA. He an LA Crip gangbanger. And when they see on the news, his homie's like, bro, Tyrone, ain't that you? And so I'm like, did they get Tyrone and clone him and then put him into because it take place in the hood in Atlanta or something like that. So I was like, all right, it's a little confusing, but whatever. But yeah. Also, like they saw, you know what I mean? They start seeing it was in the products and stuff like that. Then you saw the one thing where it's like in the church where David Allen Greer was the priest, and he was spitting bullshit basically. But it was all like entertaining and entertainment. You know what I mean? And then also they rose up from the elevator of one elevator, and it took them to like a dingy ass strip club or whatever. You feel me? And you see how they're trying to They try to correlate like this is black culture, but it's not really like black culture. Let's be real. Like black culture, real talk, is like creation. You know what I mean? Science. That's black culture. Innovation. All that shit. That's black culture. Also, us coming together. And that's another thing that I liked about this movie. Isaac and Fontaine, they wanted to murk each other, but they put their differences down. And even Slick and Fontaine and Isaac, they all, and Yo-Yo, all of them, black people, all had little, infighting within themselves, squabbles within themselves. And they put all that shit down to fight white supremacy. You see how I didn't say white people, white supremacy. Because at the end of the day, Fontaine, as the old scientist and stuff like that, was in cahoots with the white dude that was the face of the company. And they were all in cahoots to spread white supremacy and do experiment on black people. That is the most powerful message right there, that these black people put aside their differences to fight a bigger fight. See how I told you this kind of correlates with the 70s black exploitation films? Because that's what they used to do. I know they had the old stereotypical of what stereotypes of black people is and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, we came together to whoop ass. And I loved it. They had another part too, Slick brought the whole hood with him and went into that liquor store, which was owned by one of them Afro white motherfuckers, you feel me? They trying to put a message like, we don't really own our own stores in our community and they selling us this bullshit. So they went in there and there's an elevator in there, went down, started whooping ass. And they freed the clones, put out is it really a conspiracy? Is it, if it's true? Y'all tell me. And then, like I said, what I mentioned earlier, at the very end, you know what I mean? I like how they put the spin on it, because the whole time I'm thinking like, are they gonna do like the Erykah Badu? Like, cause it's kind of like, you know what I mean? And then at the very, very end, like I said, bruh was in LA and he's actually Tyrone and he's like a LA Crip. And his homie's like, bro, ain't that you? End of the movie. And then they had Erykah Badu song come on. Call on Tyrone. And then if you listen all the way through, she starts singing, and they clone Tyrone. Clone him. Ooh! Fire! Fire! That was fire, bruh. Like I said, bro, I really like this movie. I like the messaging. There's a couple holes in the story. It was only like two parts where I was kind of like, kind of hair scratcher. Didn't really make too much sense. But it is a movie at the end of the day. What movie completely ever makes sense? None! Okay? No movie ever 1,000% completely makes sense, okay? So, with this movie, I really enjoyed it. And like I say, I'll never tell you or deter you from watching or, not watching a movie or whatever. But I recommend watching this. Especially if you're a black person, a black American. Watch this. You feel me? Once again, this was They Clone Tyrone on Netflix. Watch it, y'all. It's really good.